Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. Welcome to the diagnostic presentation for DTC P0522, indicating a low voltage condition in the rocker arm oil pressure sensor of the Honda HRV from 2016 to 2022. This error signifies that the voltage readings from the sensor are below the acceptable threshold of 0.18 volts, which can lead to issues with the engine's timing and performance. The rocker arm oil pressure sensor plays a crucial role in regulating oil flow to the rocker arms, influencing the vehicle's overall engine health and efficiency. Therefore, addressing this issue promptly is essential for maintaining engine performance and longevity. The following slides will guide you through a detailed troubleshooting process to identify and resolve the problem. Let's dive into the specifics of the DTC and understand its implications thoroughly. DTC P0522 relates directly to the rocker arm oil pressure sensor, which is responsible for monitoring the oil pressure specifically to the rocker arms. This sensor is located in the engine compartment, typically positioned close to the rocker assembly for accurate readings. Its primary role is to ensure that the oil pressure remains within optimal levels, allowing for smooth functioning of the rocker arms and effectively contributing to the engine's valve timing. When the sensor detects a low voltage condition, it triggers this diagnostic trouble code, indicating that there could be an issue with the sensor itself, the wiring, or the powertrain control module PCM communications. Understanding the location and function of the rocker arm oil pressure sensor helps in diagnosing the issue effectively. There are several possible causes for the DTC P0522. Firstly, the sensor itself may be faulty, which is common when electrical components wear out over time. Secondly, wiring issues can also lead to this code, particularly if there are shorts or open circuits in the signal wire that connects the sensor to the PCM. Thirdly, if the PCM is not updated with the latest software, it may misinterpret signals from the sensor, leading to erroneous readings and triggering the DTC. Other potential causes could include poor electrical connections or damaged connectors at the sensor or PCM. It is crucial to investigate these areas comprehensively to resolve the issue. Symptoms associated with DTC P0522 can vary in severity, but generally include engine performance issues such as rough idling, misfiring, or a noticeable decrease in power. You might also experience reduced fuel efficiency as the engine management system struggles to maintain optimal power levels without accurate pressure data from the rocker arm sensor. Additionally, the engine warning light may illuminate on the dashboard, notifying the driver of potential engine malfunctions. It's important to monitor these symptoms closely, as ignoring them can lead to severe engine complications if the root problem remains unresolved. Observing these issues can serve as key indicators in guiding the troubleshooting process. The first step in troubleshooting DTC P0522 involves verifying the problem. Start by turning the vehicle to the on mode without starting the engine. Using the Honda Diagnostics System, HDS, check the parameters related to the rocker arm oil pressure sensor. Specifically, you are looking for values below the threshold of 0.18 volts. This indicates a substantial issue that warrants further investigation. If the current condition does match this threshold, it confirms the presence of an issue. If the values do not align with the thresholds, suggesting an intermittent failure, inspect for any poor connections or loose terminals at both the rocker arm oil pressure sensor and the PCM. This initial check sets the stage for a methodical follow-up to isolate the cause of the DTC. After confirming an issue in Step 1, the next step requires you to determine the possible failure area by manipulating the sensor's connection. First, turn the vehicle to the off or lock mode. Disconnect the connector from the rocker arm oil pressure sensor 3P. With this connector disengaged, switch the vehicle back to the on mode, and again, utilize the HDS to check the parameter values. You are looking for the voltage reading from the sensor. If the value remains below the 0.18 volts threshold, proceed to the next step. However, if the condition changes and the readings do not match the threshold, you may need to investigate other components, particularly the sensor itself. This diagnostic process is critical in accurately isolating the failure and targeting corrective actions effectively. In Step 3, the goal is to further evaluate the status of the rocker arm oil pressure sensor by measuring the voltage levels at specific test points. With the vehicle in the on mode and the rocker arm oil pressure sensor 3P connector disconnected, measure the voltage between test points 1 and 2. Here, test point 1 corresponds to the first terminal of the connector, while test point 2 corresponds to the third terminal. You should be observing approximately 5.0 volts. If this condition holds, the sensor is likely faulty, and it would require replacement. Should the voltage level be inconsistent or significantly different, further troubleshooting steps will need to be executed, as this indicates deeper underlying issues potentially related to the wiring or the PCM. This step is crucial as it helps affirm whether the sensor is operational or needs to be replaced. In Step 4, the focus shifts to evaluating the integrity of the wiring associated with the rocker arm oil pressure sensor. Begin by ensuring the vehicle is turned to the off or lock mode. You will need to jump the SCS or the shorting connector system line with the HDS to engage diagnostic capabilities. Next, disconnect the PCM connector C, which consists of 51 pins. With the PCM disconnected, you will check for continuity between the specified test points. Specifically, measure continuity between test point 1 at the rocker arm oil pressure sensor and test point 2 at the body ground. If continuity exists, this indicates that the wiring is shorted somewhere between the PCM and the sensor, necessitating repairs. In the absence of continuity, you can rest assured that the P-oil wire is intact, and you may then need to consider updating the PCM software or replacing it entirely if it is outdated or faulty. Step 5 continues the investigation into wiring integrity, now focusing on potential open circuits. Begin, as before, by setting the vehicle to the off or lock state. Proceed to jump the SCS line with the HDS. This diagnostic function facilitates checking the connectivity of the wiring. Disconnect the PCM connector B, also comprising 51 pins. Similar to the previous steps, check the continuity. This time, measure between test point 1 on the rocker arm oil pressure sensor and test point 2 on the PCM connector number 29. If continuity is established, the VCC2 wire is functioning properly, suggesting that you may need to update or replace the PCM to resolve the DTC P0522. However, if continuity fails, you'll need to repair any open connections in the VCC2 wire, ensuring a robust diagnostic process to eliminate possible causes for the low voltage error in the sensor system. After completing the necessary repair actions, it's important to verify that the issue has been resolved correctly. Begin this verification by clearing any stored diagnostic trouble codes from the vehicle's onboard diagnostic system. Following this clearance, conduct a test drive under various conditions to ensure that normal engine operation resumes without triggering DTC P0522 again. Pay close attention to any dashboard warning lights or noticeable issues during the drive. If the DTC does not reappear, this confirms the successful resolution of the underlying problem. However, should the DTC return, A thorough review of all diagnostic steps and performed repairs is warranted to reassess and ensure all related components have been adequately addressed. This verification process is crucial for delivering confidence to both the technician and vehicle owner. Preventive maintenance plays a crucial role in avoiding issues like DTC P0522 in the future. Regular diagnostic checks are essential in identifying any early warning signs before they escalate into serious malfunctions. Additionally, monitoring the condition of the engine oil can prevent potential oil starvation, which directly influences the functioning of the rocker arm oil pressure sensor. Ensuring that wiring connections are inspected periodically can also help in catching any premature wear, corrosion, or brittleness, which could lead to shorts or opens in the circuit. Following a schedule for routine maintenance can greatly enhance vehicle longevity and operational reliability. This proactive approach will help in mitigating the risks of recurring trouble codes and will promote optimal engine performance over time. In conclusion, effectively addressing DTC P0522 involves a systematic approach to troubleshooting the rocker arm oil pressure sensor's voltage issue. Understanding the various possible causes, such as sensor failings, wiring issues, or PCM software outdatedness, is essential for pinpointing the root of the problem. Each troubleshooting step builds upon the last, leading to either sensor replacement and confirming wiring integrity. Additionally, implementing regular maintenance and diagnostic checkups will help prevent the recurrence of this error, ensuring that your Honda HRV operates at peak efficiency. By effectively following the guidelines laid out in this presentation, both technicians and vehicle owners alike can achieve a deeper understanding of their vehicles and maintain optimal engine performance. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.